No, all right, there we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Just, hey, Facebook, you guys get a little sneak preview of us, you know, being stupid. I'm trying to get this thing up and running on all my... This has gotten out of hand. This is ridiculous now. This thing's up in my mouth. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Welcome.
Working out the kinks.
I'm trying to get this thing that on Twitch to not cover Trent's face, but what? I hate you so much.
What a weird thing to just be there all the time for anybody who tries to.
I can explain. This isn't. We're using some weird software.
Okay.
So people can see us instead of, because normally it would only be broadcasting in the upper right hand corner. See that little tiny thing?
Yes.
All right, Facebook, we're about to hit the live show. Live from somewhere hidden in the San Fernando Valley, this is Dre's Geek Philosophy. I am your host, Dre Cervantes. Hidden in the other room, executive producer Sam Zia. And today, judgmental nerd Pete Molini couldn't make it today because he's busy with a secret project. But today, I have, if you want to get on camera over here, you can. I got my buddy, my roommate, my homeboy, Trent Trail is our guest today. We're going to be talking about something very near and dear to his heart. Something, get back close to the mic that way. Back to the mic.
So they can hear my words of wisdom.
So that way, when we eventually get all this audio posted on iTunes at some point, if there's any graphic designers who want to make a logo for the show, I will happily pay you nothing. I mean, I will find you $5. I mean, I don't know. I've been accused of being an artist, but I don't think I'm good enough. I think that's just a...
I've always refused to call myself an artist because I feel it demeans art.
Right?
Yeah, like I've had people like, oh no, you don't say that. I'm like, no, have you seen what I do? It's calling it art is a
stretch.
It's a stretch.
It's a stretch.
It's not fair to art.
Yeah, I've always felt that way about what I do. I like to draw. I'm a scribbler. I'm a doodler, or I guess I'm almost to the level of someone who actually sketches. At least that's how I feel. People apparently like the stuff I do at SoCal Clone Instagram.
It's up there,
and I still kind of hate
a lot of people.
Yeah, and I still kind of I have to acknowledge I have gotten a little bit better. Some of the stuff I like, this whole run of Star Wars sketches I've done for the last 3 months, I feel like I actually have grown as an artist, but it's still not good in my opinion. It's still not good.
You're like, I mean, it's all right. I've definitely, from the time that you've been doing it, I've definitely seen improvement.
Yeah, because I remember you were one of the first people who commented on the Guy Gardner I drew, 5 years. Oh, it's 5 years ago because it was 2012 when I started trying to take this seriously.
Wow, was it really back then?
Yeah, 2012. It was March 20, around the time of whenever WonderCon was in 2012. Yeah. That was when I watched one of my favorite artists, Humberto Ramos. He pulled up a reference piece to draw something, because I always had this weird thing in my head that artists just know what to draw with no references whatsoever. They can just create. You give them a blank sheet and you say, "Hey, I want this," and they could just boop, there you go, done.
Vast encyclopedia.
And I sat there, I was like, wait, I'm like, he needs this, and then and I see another artist, he has to someone asked him to draw Green Lantern, he reaches, it was at the DC booth at WonderCon, he reaches under, he's looking at a copy of Green Lantern, and I was just wait, that's okay? I thought that wasn't okay. I thought that wasn't allowed. That you
weren't allowed to use references.
Yeah, I always thought that, for whatever weird reason, I always thought that was cheating. I don't know where I got that weird thought in my head where I always thought, if you have to have something there, you're cheating.
You can't
it's
draw.
It's just as bad as tracing if you're a fucking tracer.
Draw every comic book character in all of comicdom from memory, you're a hack.
Right, exactly. And then that same art, I believe in Red Rose, I'm like, Will Spertasio, he couldn't draw an X-Men right now to save his life. Yeah, I'm like, but Will Spertasio drew X-Men for years. He's like, oh no, he couldn't draw any of them. You know how hard it is to remember all those details? Yeah. You have to look it up. I was like, mind was blown. I was like, oh my god. And then I went home that night. I had my first sketch. I had a sketch. I was trying to doodling. Yeah. Trent's in the studio. It's just you can't see him on the Facebook live.
Yeah.
You can't see him on Facebook. There's Trent.
How's it going?
Yeah. There's Trent.
Camera's smaller.
The camera's kind of small. This hasn't gotten big. But remember, we're only in our literally, this is the 7th week we've done a live show. I've been doing it since the first week of January. We had 2 shows where I came in here and executive producer Sam Zia said I needed to practice. Mm-hmm. And we got rid of a lot of my bad habits where I would grab things and click them, and I would mug for the camera, and I would do all sorts of ridiculous things. We got all the bad things out of the way.
You don't mug for the camera anymore?
I try not to. I still do a little bit.
As long as it's intentional.
God, like those videos, I have those I have those videos saved, and oh god, it was so bad. I just kept looking at the camera, doing the eyebrows, doing the head nod, sup, yo, how you doing? Because
really played with the
like
camera.
really bad. Like I believe the line that executive producer Sam Zia said, like I was like, I discovered I'm a bit of a ham, and then Sam Zia replied, "You are not kosher." You are not kosher, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that.
I am a ham. I have to.
I buy that.
Yeah, like I never thought I was. I mean, all through high school, I was always very shy, and then all of a sudden, ham. You just slap Oscar Mayer on me, on my forehead.
Yeah, it was like, same thing. I never drank before I was 21. Then I turned 21 and like, drink that.
Yeah, my friend here, Trent Trail, he is a professional drinker. That's how I state it. I have watched you drink a lot, and I have to tell you after the show. I got to tell you about something I discovered on this other camera.
Oh, really?
I found from long ago back when you were living with Jonah.
Oh,
there's an amazing video that I recorded.
Holy crap!
I have to show it to you later.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing. I discovered it when I dug up this because for everyone watching, the setup for my show has gotten really crazy. Before, like in January, when I first showed up here with the executive producer Sam Zia and judgmental nerd Pete Molini, those are their nicknames. I don't know if you know. I will call them their nicknames almost every single time, especially Sam.
Yeah.
When I showed up, it was literally just with my phone, and that was it. Now I have my phone. I have a mount for the phone. I have a charger. I have my PS4. I got a PlayStation camera.
The cameras for the Twitch channel. Right?
For the Twitch channel.
Yeah.
I brought my laptop. I have an old camcorder from 10 years ago set up to record for you. I had to get here like at 7 to set everything up.
AM.
I can't believe it's gotten to this point where like I'm on several different mediums. I mean, we're recording for audio. Again, I need to figure out this whole iTunes thing. I mean, if you and
you're getting legit, son.
I'm getting weirdly legit. I mean, at some point, I mean, when we get over like. We are at 99 likes on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
We got 2 more likes today. We're almost to 100 likes.
One more.
Remember, and anyone watching
would somebody get on damn Facebook and just like one more?
One more like. Get us to 100. We have a nice round number.
Nice round number, and then go from there. But
and if
somebody get to 100.
And if you're watching the show on Facebook Live, be sure to share it. Even if you're watching this after the fact, if you're watching this, tomorrow morning because you can't watch this live, and that's cool. I respect everyone else who watches it because we've been getting crazy views after the fact. We get maybe about like 50 to 60 views live.
That's the age we're in. You know what I mean? Like live TV or whatever is like it's much of it is just like
obsolete.
You're watching like I can't remember the last time I've watched SNL live. I just watch the sketches the following day.
Yeah,
like the ones that were good or that people talk about. Like,
yeah, exactly. Just go on YouTube or you can go or I have that CISO app because I really love comedy and I have all of SNL there. And
I did not know that.
Yeah, they have every single episode of SNL. So like I've been going back and watching like whatever weird sketches from like when we hear about it. I go back when The Rock hosted because I'm a sucker for The Rock.
That was a great episode.
Yeah. Oh,
you don't talk to Nick Trail that way.
Nick Trail. He was a drug.
Oh.
So Trent Trail, my roommate, my buddy, he has his own podcast with some of his friends.
Yes.
Tell us about your podcast. It's called the Brew 52. Yes. Tell us all about it.
That is correct. It's called the Brew 52. Essentially the theme is we get together, me and 2 other friends, Chris and Ian, and we drink alcohol. We talk about that alcohol, and then we talk about nerdy stuff.
Sounds like a show that's right up my alley.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially now that I'm drinking again.
Yeah. So it's on iTunes. It's called The Brew 52.
The Brew 52.
If you are so inclined, feel free to check it out.
Now, for our friends who are comic book fans, is that a play on the DC Comics New 52?
Very much so.
Nice.
Yes.
I appreciate good/bad puns.
Yeah.
I appreciate puns in general.
Yeah.
right,
So yeah, it's on there. We haven't had one in a little bit because we're kind of on like a little bit of a hiatus right now because Chris is about to get married, so kind of consumed with planning a wedding.
Yeah, weddings.
And
That kind of gets in the
Ian's
way of life.
about to have his first child. So also consumed with about to be a new parent. So, but like once things settle down,
Then you guys will be back on back on the road.
We're back in there talking.
I'm glad I have no life, so I can do this every week. So, for the corrections and retractions department, I remember last week I had said I was going to do a Thursday night show last week.
Is this already a thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's already a thing.
Corrections and departments is this serious?
Corrections and retractions department.
Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. I just want to get. I was supposed to do a Thursday night game because I've been trying to do because this Monday show has been really good, and I don't want to bog the Monday night show with just video games because I want this to be. The reason why I brought you on is that every person is very enthusiastic about something, and while executive producer Sam Zia always insists that this is my show and it's just my vision, it's my I like to share my vision. I want to share, and I want to bring people on who are very enthusiastic about things. And then the topic that we're going to talk about today, our main topic, we're going to have other little potpourri things to talk about, but our main topic that we're going to spend a good chunk on is the film The Room, which you are very enthusiastic about. So
I love it with the passion of 1,000 suns.
Clearly.
It's just a beautiful, beautiful train wreck.
And in the meantime, while we get there, if you want to go look up this movie,
oh yeah,
especially if you're watching this after the fact tomorrow, go ahead and pause the show.
Give it a pause.
Go to YouTube, type in The Room trailer, and watch, and then come back and. We're gonna talk about it in a little while. So we're gonna talk about. So let me get to the corrections and retractions. I had said we were gonna do a Thursday night show. See that's the thing. That's another thing about the show. Dre loves tangents. I will hop. I will jump in my DeLorean and go all over the place on topics. I'll start talking about one thing. All of a sudden that'll trigger something in my brain. And I'm like, oh wait, let me talk about that. Oh, I want to talk about this. That's something I've been trying to control. This is why we have the format right here. I got the format today.
Dun, 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 dun.
So we were supposed to have a Thursday night show last week because I want to do. I have a Thursday night focused on gaming. That way we can talk about other things on the Monday night show. That way the Monday show isn't just about gaming, and my friends who may or may not be interested in gaming, or the viewers who may or not be interested in games, will have other things. We talk about TV shows and movies. I love it when he just strolls right through. It's hilarious. So we didn't have a Thursday show last week because I had to go make money.
Well,
I'm an Uber driver. That's one of the ways I make money, aside from slutting myself out. Man whore.
Money's a good thing.
Yeah, because Uber is very interesting. Uber is like a video game. I don't know if Uber is very much like a massively multiplayer online RPG. I don't know if I explained that to you.
You've mentioned this, but
let me elaborate a little bit. The Uber, they set goals for you. You have to unlock things as once you start becoming an Uber driver, everything has to be unlocked. When you first start as an Uber driver, you only get Uber X. And after 10 rides, you've unlocked Uber Pool. You can have multiple rides at the same time. All right, 25 rides. You've unlocked Uber Eats. Would you like to deliver food? At 50 rides, you've unlocked the ability to get paid whenever you want. It's like this constant, all these unlocks, as if you're leveling up. Yeah. The more rides you do, the more things happen. It's you've achieved a very high rating. You can do Uber Assist, where you can help disabled people, and apparently those fares are better because it's insane.
But you have to get to so many achievements to help disabled people.
Right? That I guess maybe they want to make sure you're a good driver.
You're qualified for. Everyone should be qualified for the beginning. You'd be like,
no, they want to make sure you're not a shithead.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Because the catch with that one, you have to have consistently good ratings.
Yeah.
See, I've been pretty good about getting.
You could be some a-hole trying to take advantage of.
Some a-hole bro, I cannot put your wheelchair in the back of my car, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right.
But yeah, so we were supposed to have a Thursday night show. We didn't. I had to go complete. I had to go complete a quest because they have quests during the week. If you complete so many rides, you get X amount of a bonus. So last week, if I completed 25 rides between Monday and Thursday, I got a $65 bonus. I'm like, I want that free money. But so I had to go out that Thursday night, and man, I was all over the place. I might have to have a whole episode where I just talk about some of the crazy Uber stuff that's happened to me.
I feel like that would be a recurring.
You would bring it back. Or maybe that would be just a segment. That should be like a segment every show. What crazy? So hey, let's just improvise and do one right now. So last Wednesday night.
This week in Uber.
This week in Dre's Uber Adventures. So last Wednesday night, I wound up in Orange County from from my sleepy little San Gabriel Valley. I picked up these 2 Asian kids, drove them down to freaking Chino Hills, which, if you're not familiar with the area, that's far as fuck.
I mean, Orange County right out of the gate, it's not.
But you're talking about deep, you're a little deep in
Like deep
Chino Hills, and then I wound up in Yorba Linda. I'm like, all right. And this was at 1 in the morning. I picked up these guys around 12 something. So I was in Yorba Linda at about 1 in the morning. And so I'm like, oh God, I'm like, I still need more rides. And so another one pops up. Oh, okay, it's 1 Sunday morning. Who the hell needs a ride? Boop. I pick another dude up. I drive him further south. I'm in Santa Ana now. I'm like, oh, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing about Uber. You don't know where you're going until the person literally gets in your car. You can accept the ride. Yeah. You go to their location, and then, surprise, you're going to San Diego or something. You don't know where you're going.
Surprise, you're in South Dakota all of a
right.
sudden.
And so I go even further south. Okay, so I pick up this dude, drive him to Santa Ana. And so at this point, it's like 1:30, 1:45. I'm like, okay, I'm a slut. I'm going to do another one. I'm like, another one pops up on the phone. Boom! I grab it. All right, another person in Santa Ana. I pick them up. And these 2 ladies get in the car. They're dressed up like they're going to the club, but it's already like 1:45.
And you're in Santa Ana.
I'm in Santa Ana. At really late at night. It's 1:30-ish. I'm like, where the hell are you 2 ladies going? And then they start speaking to each other in Spanish, thinking that I don't understand. But oh no. I made this mistake the other week where I let a girl talk about me in Spanish and I just let it fly. This time I was like, nope. I'm like, I went back in Spanish. I'm like, oh no, I understand what you're saying, ladies. What the hell's going on back there?
So wait, what were they saying?
Oh no, they were just talking about random stuff, but they weren't talking about me.
Oh,
but
okay.
I just wanted to let them know, I'm like, hey, your little secret Spanish language, it ain't no secret up here, all right?
Yeah.
And then one of them one of them was sitting next to me, and then one sitting behind me. I almost said, oh, hi, papi. Hablas español? You speak Spanish? I'm like, yes. and then
Don't you mean C?
C, yeah,
C.
C. Well, I tell them, I'm sorry, I speak I speak like a white person. My Spanish, when a person who speaks Spanish speaks to me, they can tell that it's not my first language.
Oh.
Yo no hablo bien.
Las cucarachas entran, pero no pueden salir.
I sound a lot like, even when I'm trying, the only time I don't sound white is when I'm swearing in Spanish. Because I've heard my parents swear for 30 plus odd years.
So that you get right.
That, I got that.
Yeah.
Chinga tu madre, cabrón. See, that sounds more authentic. I said, fuck your mother. In Spanish.
Oh, there it is.
For me, anytime I try to speak Spanish, it's always in the Telemundo voice.
Hola, yo soy Sam, y te voy a coger. I will not translate that one.
I'm so lost. I don't know.
I said, hi, my name is Sam, and I'm going to fuck you.
Oh, okay. I immediately regret that. I wish we could just let it step back.
And this is why people watch the show.
Yeah.
Because I am liable to say the most ridiculous thing, because it's just and then I do flub up like that.
Yeah.
So one more thing I wanted to hit before we move on is I guess there's a lot of reviews coming out about the Iron Fist for Netflix.
Oh.
And I feel very conflicted because I'm incredibly behind on every. I'm still on.
Where are you?
I'm on Daredevil season 2.
No. So wait, you've seen Jessica Jones?
I've seen Jessica Jones.
Okay.
So I'm there,
you
but I still need to finish Daredevil. I still need to
And
finish
you need to watch
Luke Cage. And
Interesting.
And so today, I guess a lot of people, there's been a lot of negativity about this season of Iron Fist that's coming out. Apparently, reviews. I believe the word I've been hearing frequently is bland. And then hashtag so white or stuff like. I guess I don't know if it's a lot because hey, they should have taken this opportunity to make it a person of color.
There was I don't know. There was a whole thing about people being outraged about the fact that Danny Rand was cast as a white person, but I don't know. Save your outrage for the outrageous.
Where something
Danny Rand is a white person. Is it an opportunity that wouldn't have hurt the character? Absolutely
not.
And probably could have, and very possibly could have brought something new to the table, and most likely would have. But I don't know. I would. Get more outrage when Black Lightning is cast as a white person.
Yeah,
that's when it's like, okay. Or like, if Black Panther had been or something.
If Black Panther had been white, then that would have been outrage. What the fuck?
It would have been like you're betraying everything about the character.
Yeah, you have to pick the hill you want to die on.
Yeah.
This is not a hill that you want to fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of my Asian friends were very upset about Iron Fist, and understandably so. There's very little Asian representation.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is not the hill to die on. Like, oh, fuck Iron Fist. I mean, I've always kind of a soft spot for this character. I've really liked the old Power Man Iron Fist comics. Like Sweet Christmas. Those I always thought those were hilarious. But I'm in this quandary because of the movie challenge I did last year. Oh, I totally slacked off on all of my television. I slacked off on all of it. So now here I'm trying to cram in as much. I crammed in all of Star Wars Clone Wars in the last 3 weeks because it was being taken off Netflix.
It was coming off of Netflix.
And then I logged in this morning and it was still there. I was kind of annoyed.
Was it supposed to be gone today?
It was supposed to be gone like on Monday. Or like last Monday, or it was supposed to be gone.
Still chilling.
And it's still there. I was like, what the hell? So, and Tabitha Sheehan on Facebook Live says, "Oh, Legion, that's another show I haven't even I hasn't even entered my mind because I'm so behind on everything. I'm catching up on stuff from 2016 still. I'm watching this show Shameless on Showtime, from last year. There's going to be a new season already, and I'm still barely trying to get it off of our DVR to create space because our DVR is freaking exploding. It's like 1% left. Oh crap!
I watched the pilot of Legion, and I'll be honest, I was not that impressed.
Yeah.
It was pretty
He's always been a character that I did not like in the comic books.
Well, then you might actually like it.
Oh, really?
Because it was a pretty far stretch from, I don't know, and I see what they were going for, but it's just the show's pretty incoherent.
Yeah, because I guess it's trying to play off the point you don't know what's real and what isn't real, because the show is from his perspective, and you don't know oh, is that something he made up or is that something that actually happened?
But at the end of the day,
I don't know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you still got to make a show that people can follow.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I want that, I'll watch a movie like Memento. That was perfect because you weren't sure was this an accurate memory or was this an inaccurate memory. What's right?
But
what's
it still
wrong?
came all together.
It came together. That's the thing. I think something like that works in a film, but for a series that you're supposed to follow along for 10, 13, 20 episodes, you have to have a thread to grab onto and understand. And I like your thought on that.
Yeah.
So we've reached a third of the show has been done. So all right, let's get.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Time
flies on this show because of the insanity that I'm firing it out. Time flies. I remember last week we're already done. Oh crap! There was more I wanted to say. No,
I had so many more opinions.
I have more opinions. I have to wait a whole week. Damn everything.
I'll just put it on Twitter.
So let's talk about. All right, we're going to talk about The Room. All right, so as I said earlier, if you don't know what The Room is, maybe, in my opinion, you might be better off in your life. In Trent and Sam's opinion, it's something that it's kind of
change your life.
It'll change your life.
Experience.
I'm going to allow Trent to take over right here because I don't want to come out with the negativity immediately.
It's going to happen regardless.
It's going to happen. I don't want to lead off with my negative opinion because as executive producer Sam Zia goes, this show is often driven by my negative opinions on things. I don't like that, but unfortunately,
it's the rocket fuel.
It's the rocket fuel for the show. When Dre hates something, then you see the pasión and corazón come out.
Yes,
the passion, the heart. So Trent, tell us. Well, tell us a little bit about The Room, and then tell us why you love it. And then, Sam, you can chime in whenever you feel like. I'm going to let these guys take the next couple minutes here.
It's a beautiful, beautiful train wreck. It is. That's the best short description for it. So it is a movie that was written by, directed by, executive produced, a.k.a. financed, and stars we're crooked. Stars a gentleman by the name of Tommy Wiseau, who is just a fascinating character. So this was his Goodwill Hunting. This was his thing. He's like, this is my passion project. This is my thing. I'm gonna take this and this is gonna be an Oscar contender. And the thing that's fascinating, particularly when you watched the movie as many times as I have. I literally have lost count. I literally have lost count of how many times I've seen it.
It's disturbing.
What you come to discover, and the more you learn about like the making of the movie and the behind the scenes of what there is every time it came time for Tommy to make a decision about making the movie, he made the wrong decision every single time. And he was making all the decisions because it was his.
It's his movie. He was paying for it.
Movie, and he was paid.
Money.
It was his money.
He paid for everything.
The movie. It's something like the budget on this thing was, I think, $6 million.
$6 million. That's right.
And when you watch it, you're like, how? But then you find you dig into it, or like you read like like the book The Disaster Artist.
Yeah, that book, which is being made into a movie, which was premiered at South by Southwest. Which kind of I saw that article, which spurred me wanting. I'm like, okay, because the other day I was, what are we gonna do on Monday? And like I see the article, I'm like, The Room. I'm gonna bring on Trent.
It's getting rave reviews.
And the first one I read was a good review, and I've been skeptical about it because I'm just like, can you really make a movie out of something like that? Like,
and also, can you make a good movie with Dave Franco?
That is a legitimate question that I think the answer is still no, but we'll see now. I don't know.
That's a trigger. That's a trigger for Trent Trail here. I just from knowing him for the last 8-9 years, I know it's a trigger for you. Those two words, Dave and Franco. That's a trigger.
Not a fan. Not a fan. It's just this poor man's version of his brother.
Poor man's version.
To spend that much money is one of the stories you find
Sorry,
out.
Facebook.
One of the stories you find out is
that's what I get for trying to be creative.
Most like especially independent films, you will just rent all the equipment. But no. He did not.
He did not. He bought it all.
He bought all the cameras and everything. But then on top of that, he wasn't sure if he wanted to shoot the movie in film or in digital. So what he actually did was he custom built a rig to house 2 cameras and shot the entire film in both formats. As opposed to like picking like, well, let's just take a scene, shoot one in one format, one for the day, and we'll make a decision from there. No, he shot the entire movie in both film and digital. So
it's insane.
That's
on the same rig.
On the same rig. So that's a one taste of like that's how he spent $6 million on this thing, because you watch it, you would never guess that you're like what, $50? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that the actual production side of the movie couldn't have been more than $200,000, and the rest of it went to advertising.
Yeah,
because they had the one.
No. If you read the book, because
that's the thing. That's not the marketing budget. The $6 million was production budget.
Really?
So
if you read the book, I read the first few chapters of the book before I was enraged.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
he pissed away so much money on ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Well, I knew about the camera setup, but what else did he piss away money on with this thing? Because I remember, we can't call it pissing away because he's made it back like
at this point. He
kind of has. I mean,
this
movie has become this weird cult movie. Kind of. When I was trying to explain it to someone the other day, I'm like, it's like Rocky Horror. It's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show of our generation.
Well, it's not just Rocky Horror. It's like a shitty Rocky Horror.
It's an awful. At least Rocky Horror Picture Show is amusing.
At least Rocky Horror had production value and just was weird.
Now take away all of the music from Rocky Horror,
and
you might come
take away any of the talented actors.
Exactly.
Take away
the movie is just. I mean, and this movie, The Room. I'm like, and I see Tabitha. You say you have never watched. I mean, a part of me says don't ever, but another part of me says watch it so you can hate it as much as I do.
Oh man, your brain melted the first time.
Yeah, watch it and make the decision yourself.
Yeah. Watch it and make the decision yourself.
So I will say this is I do think watch it with a group of people.
Yeah, you got to watch it with people.
I remember I'm talking to like somebody who once was like they were just like they were so curious and they watch it and they're like but like
you can't watch it by yourself. No. If I had watched it by myself, I wouldn't have finished it.
No, you need to get like a fun group of people together. There's drinking games out there you can make with it too. And then once you get to know it, there's things you yell at the movie.
Yeah, that's the Rocky Horror aspect where like anytime you see the Golden Gate Bridge, you yell out water, right?
Yeah. Exactly. No, anytime you see water.
Anytime you just see water.
You see water so much in the movie.
There's the spoon aspect, but go see it live at the theater.
Yeah.
That's the full.
If you're in Los Angeles, there's a theater. Is it once a month or?
Yeah, it's once a month, but they do it 2 days, and it's 2 different locations. Actually.
Yeah, like I think the Newark does it.
One in Hollywood and one in Westwood.
Yeah, I think the Newark does one of them. In Westwood.
Yeah, that they had like midnight screenings of it, like once or twice, a couple times a month, and it's an insane party. I presume that's the ideal way to watch it. People, thinking anytime because I guess one of the weirdest aspects of the movie there's that picture frame with a spoon in it.
Yep.
And anytime you see it,
there's multiple.
You yell out spoon, or you throw spoons at the screen, or as we do it in your viewing parties, we throw spoons at you.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that was my first exposure, because I had never seen it. I had managed to avoid it for years until it was a couple of years ago where you had a viewing at our place where we live, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna finally watch it. But the other night, because you just had another viewing a week or two ago during Trent Trail Week.
Yep.
Trent Trail Week. And Jonah stumbled upon one of the key reasons why I probably was miserable, because I watched it sober.
Well, yeah.
I watched it because I went out a couple years ago. I was not drinking. I had made the conscious decision to stop for a good while until recently I decided, let's just start. I'm like, you know what? I stopped drinking for a silly reason. I can start drinking again. And I think I almost was willing to rewatch it hammered.
That makes perfect sense to me. Like
I kind of wanted to get hammered, but I feel, I don't know. Just having the hate in my heart already, it's already going to be tainted if I try to, because I'm going to sit there
I believe that.
And like watching the scenes where like there's that the world's most awkward sex scene. This tops any other sex scene in any movie. This is the most awkward sex scene. He is fucking her thigh. He is not fucking her
and then he moves up to
vagina.
Her belly button. Like nowhere. He's doing
it's
this,
bad.
He's doing this very
it's actively
dramatic thrusting, and yet he's nowhere lined up.
Nowhere. Like the physics and the logistics do not make sense.
Yeah.
He like I said, he is fucking the inside of her thigh, and then later, like you said, fucking her belly button. And I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
I'm going inside you. and
then
his weird accent of who knows where, what, who.
Which he'll never tell you. He will also, like, this thing, people all the time ask him, like, where are you from? And he just says, I'm American.
I'm American. I'm from everywhere.
I'm
from nowhere and everywhere.
He refuses to divulge where he's originally from.
It's part of his mystique. He is an enigma. That he has cultivated this mystique. And he is like you said, it's profitable now. He took this, he shined this dog turd so well.
Well, I don't think he had anything to do with it. It kind of took off on its own.
Well, okay, you know what?
The masses did.
It was so bad that people had to see it over and over and over.
Yeah.
And you were talking earlier about the level of anger and the rage that you would have. And that's what you're worried about seeing it again.
Like if I see it drunk, if I see it drunk, I'm gonna be like even more enraged. I'm like,
that's the beauty of it. Yeah, you have the beauty of seeing it live is you get to express that rage as loudly as possible.
No, you understand. True. I was literally almost crying. I forgot either Rosa or Laura got a great picture of me almost crying from how bad it was.
Wait, did you
I looked so miserable.
Did you see it just in a small group of friends?
Yeah. With a group of one of his
he's going to the theater. Go to the theater.
I don't know, Bob. If I have to pay to watch it, I'm going to be even more angry.
Oh no, it changed.
If I have to give money.
I've watched it amongst friends at my place, and the spoon aspect kind of it fizzles when you only have 10 people doing it.
Well, not if you're throwing it at him.
Yeah, no, it's overwhelmingly funny.
Our friend Jonah had a crate of spoons.
Yeah. Go, if you go
4.3 pounds worth.
4.3 pounds of spoons.
If you go to the live screening of it, it is
it's
different ballgame.
I don't know, but I'd have to pregame and show up fucking lit up.
Yeah.
I'd have to be.
What do you think I do?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing. Back in the day when they had it at the one on Sunset,
Yeah.
there was, 5 or 6 theaters showing it, and each theater had its own
Yes,
personality.
Ryan, it's just not good, man.
It was
You're a movie guy, Ryan Rios. You're not gonna like it.
It was it was at the Sunset 5, and what it is once a month. It was like something like the last Saturday of every month. They would show it at midnight, and it got so popular, it was on all 5 screens.
Yeah.
And they would all sell out.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me ill.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It was glorious.
It was amazing. The
Yeah.
lines would go all the way down the strip mall.
Yeah.
And it was...
And then Tommy would come out for them, and he'd do this thing where because he was on the second floor of the Sunset 5.
Oh, okay.
And he always did this thing where he would walk on the side of the planter, where he could fall off and die.
Yeah.
Look at me, everyone.
and he
Someone
would-
throw me a football.
Yeah.
Hey, I played catch with testosterone in one of those screenings.
I mean,
and I won the stuffed dog.
yeah. Hot dog.
Hot dog,
Which my ex has on her.
It's
Never gave it back.
this weirdly
That's-
quotable,
that's
awful
messed up.
movie.
That's not okay.
Autographed by Tommy.
The DVD.
Give him back the autographed dog, for God's sake. Do the right thing. Do the right
She
thing.
doesn't know what the right thing is.
The movie.
I'm telling her what it is right now.
The movie
Do the
is
right
literally the Citizen Kane of bad movies, as it says
Yeah.
on the DVD cover.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Yeah,
But
I love one of the other things I love the Stories with the Room is in terms of watching it. It was another friend of mine one time. It was the first time he watched it at one of our gatherings, and he kept commenting. He'd be like, "I can't hear what they're saying. I can't hear what they're saying because we're all joking and blah blah blah." And we're like, "It doesn't matter.
it doesn't.
And
No,
then
it
he's
doesn't.
just and then he's like, "All right, whatever." And then he was just still so curious, and so he went and watched it on his own.
Oh,
and
no.
Then he texted me. He goes, "You were right. It didn't matter." Watching it quietly with just myself the second time, none of the dialogue made it make any sense. It didn't matter.
It's not good, but I got
Exactly right.
it's not good. But
no.
for certain people, it's so bad it breaks the scale and goes back to awesome.
Exactly.
It's not just that. It's so bad it breaks so many just well-established rules.
Yeah.
And
Disregards them entirely.
It just pisses
Like
on
fuck
them.
filmmaking. Like I feel like this is something they show in film.
Disrespects them.
Yeah, it makes it so that he created something in filmmaking that is uniquely his. There's nothing.
There's nothing like it, and there nothing ever can or will
No,
be.
because you could. That's the other thing is you couldn't make this movie if you tried.
If you were sober.
It's this. Yeah, exactly. It's this beautiful accident that just happened, and now we have it. Like you couldn't. People try to make bad movies all the time, and I feel like in modern day, the one movie that actually kind of pulled it off, if anything, was Snakes on a Plane. They knew the movie they were making, and they kind of steered into it, and then it worked.
Sharknado did it a bit too.
Sharknado did too, but even Sharknado watches this is really cheesy, but it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right,
But
it's done with the intention.
A movie like this, you couldn't, because a big part of what makes it so amazing is they were doing their best. They were trying so hard.
They did.
They're trying so hard to make, like I said, this was his Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
This was the thing that was going to be this is going to propel me.
Wiseau Films.
Yeah.
That graphic, which you had to have sunk at least
That's got to have been at least 20 grand.
20 grand. The graphic had to be Wiseau Films.
And then
I would be using this forever and ever.
And then there's another one right after it,
Yeah.
Wiseau Films.
Now the moment of all of the moments. The fact that we had Peter and then Peter disappears.
He's just gone.
He's just gone, and he's replaced by somebody else.
Some dude.
An actor is replaced midstream.
Yeah. But he's not even playing Peter. They did give him a new name, so he's a different character.
Yeah.
But he's essentially what Peter was, which is why when you go see it in the theater or in a gathering,
Who's that?
who the fuck are you? That's
are
what
you?
you always shouted at him when he just shows up. Also, the guy playing Peter, notoriously often, there's many times where they're like, Peter, don't look at the camera, because then you all the time, he looks right into the camera multiple times.
That's an achievement since there's two cameras going on at the same time.
Oh, and another thing, I forgot, because you mentioned, I was going to say, too, another thing that's glorious about, the super awkward sex scene in the movie.
Right.
So then, shortly after, there's another sex scene with the same two people. And what's great? It's the same footage. It's cut just a little bit differently, but it's the exact same footage.
Don't they do it 3 times?
There's,
I mean, if anyone would know, Trent would know.
In the theater, everybody walks out at one point.
It's the second sex scene with her and Greg Sestero. It's like that's the one, because that's the 4th sex scene in the movie.
And it's not the thigh he's fucking; it's the belly button.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
They need to give her the passion.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. Like when you get to the 4th sex scene with Lisa, it's Lisa and Mark. Then like that's one of the bits you do. You're like, that's it, I'm out of here. And it's tradition for like halfway through the scene for somebody to come back to the theater and be like, is this still going? Shit! And then storm out.
That's usually me.
Yeah.
It was always that walks back into the theater and goes, fuck, it's still happening.
It's so bad.
Yeah, and when I've seen it was Chris Ryder. Chris Ryder was the guy who would do that. Yeah,
Chris Ryder, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I almost wanted him to come down too if he wasn't busy.
Dude, yeah.
We're doing this, by the way, and I'm bringing the Scotchka.
Yep.
Oh God.
Oh, that's the thing. At our gatherings, like Scotchka's become a part of it.
Yes.
So I get little tiny cups, and I buy the cheapest bottle of vodka,
The
the
worst.
cheapest bottle of Scotch they have, and we make little Scotchkas. And we don't force people to drink them, but it is a rite of passage.
But
It's
the faces of
disgusting.
regret.
I always have a face of regret, and I know it's coming. But I'm also like,
It's a part of the show.
I'm hosting, and I'm also part of like, being like, anybody want to try this? Like, I can't be like, oh no, I'm not going to. Like, you have to have.
It's like you're like, all right, like, you're gonna fall on that grenade.
It's absolutely awful.
We're bringing some alcohol, and you're not driving.
Boom.
Clearly not driving.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do an actual midnight screening? We'll see.
Got to do it.
And I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to come too.
We'll see.
Yes.
We shall see.
That we've had.
To watch Dre's brain just
God, we're going to break you down with this one.
We shall see.
But it is really you get caught up because when you're in the it's so much fun. Like you get caught up in the energy of it.
I can see that like in a giant group setting. Yeah, you could totally just feel like just go with the tidal wave of insanity.
It's a very communal thing. It's like a really, really bad drum circle.
Matthew McConaughey's naked. Some kids there just
All
trying to get laid.
right.
And unfortunately, no girls showed up to the drum circle.
So would you say this is a sausage party?
Oh dear. Yeah, this is it's such a singular thing.
Yeah.
Like
it's a phenomenon.
Yeah, people try to compare it to Rocky Horror.
But it's something different.
Rocky Horror actually had quality.
Yeah, like there's actual production value to Rocky Horror. It's really weird and out there.
Yeah.
But it still had production quality. The Room is lacking
Anything.
any aspect of good filmmaking.
It's like this is what they show in film school to what not to do, I presume. Like
that, I mean, if I was ever teaching in class, I would show it.
There's moments
100%.
in the movie where it goes out of focus and the audience yells,
"Focus!" It's true. It's so true. Yeah.
Everybody yells at talk shit about the director of photography.
See that's the one thing I remember from that first time watching it was Chris Ryder yelling.
Yeah.
Chris Ryder was at the top of his lungs at our place.
Yeah.
That's the one like positive I remember was like Chris was so in. He was just completely like leading everyone. They're like water.
It's the first time that I've ever boldly declared cancer.
You're right.
I mean, like with genuine pride.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a man who almost had it.
Yeah, seriously, I dodged that shit like a mason.
You're a man who almost had cancer.
Yeah.
But I remember one of our friends that had cancer went to the screening right after he had been announced he had a clean bill of health. And he literally went a couple months before to a screening and asked Tommy if he had the cure. And then he came back cured. So he went back there and told Tommy, I think you might have saved my life.
I don't have the cure.
Did he ask if he remembered me or anything?
I honestly don't remember.
Oh my god.
It was something that we celebrated the clean bill of health by going to see The Room.
That's insane. That guy is just he is a character. He's a
character, but you want to know who I think ultimately at the end of the day, the big hero just for the, because the movie was an underground thing amongst movie nerds, basically.
Yes.
and then it's starting to explode, really because of testosterone.
Yeah.
Because he wrote the book.
He wrote that book, that disaster.
He, like co-wrote, I think he had not an actual ghostwriter, but somebody who he's the one who helped, but then they helped him put it together.
They took all of his testosterone and put it onto paper.
Sextosterone.
Sextosterone.
A lot of people,
as we in the cult call it. Sextosterone.
A lot of people distanced themselves. A lot of the actors tried to distance themselves from the movie.
Yeah.
And then once they saw how much publicity it was getting, you start seeing Peter show up at screen giving away candy.
Yeah, exactly. Like Greg Sestero, he steered into it.
Yeah.
Right. Clearly.
And everybody else distanced themselves from it. But although I think what's her name, I understand
Lisa.
why. Yeah, Juliet Daniels.
I haven't seen her.
Yeah, because she's kind of like.
We have a question on Facebook
Yeah.
Live. We have a question
Oh.
on Facebook Live from Nicole Resser. Is it something I'd see on Mystery Science Theater 3K? Would it be that bad?
No, you know what? They did a riff tracks on it.
There was a riff track.
They did. And the other thing that you would see is they've never done an MSTK for it, but every year as an annual tradition on April Fool's Day, Adult Swim shows the movie that night. They just loop it. So
I remember that was one of the, before I met you. I remember I'd see commercials for it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is before I met Sam or Trent or any of you. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I guess I'm not watching Adult Swim tonight.
Yeah, but yes, and there's a riff tracks for it.
Yeah, the riff tracks.
Riff tracks, which if you're not aware what riff tracks is, the guys from MST3K.
Yep.
Doing more of what they do.
Which is coming back next month.
Yeah.
Right.
Netflix.
On Netflix, the Netflix Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty interesting.
Very excited.
So I hope we answered your question, Nicole, on Facebook Live.
I hope we did, Nicole. If not, I blame Dre.
Yep,
because he hates the movie.
I hate the movie.
Screenings all over the country, all over the world now.
Oh, yeah.
So you might actually be able to catch it wherever you're at. Just look it up on their website. I'm sure they
Google
have
it. Yeah, because it's my god, his website too is just a disaster. It's like GeoCities. Somebody it's just so
what? Not Alta Vista?
It's just this just smattering of garbage thrown up on it. Some kind of template that's hard to read. But
I actually have the Blu-ray.
Oh, you have the Blu-ray? Yes. I didn't pony up for the Blu-ray, so I just have the DVD.
I know you have the DVD.
Yeah. It was the greatest thing I've ever spent $9 on, ever.
Isn't it rare now, or isn't it hard to find?
No, I got it on Amazon.
Okay.
I assume you can still get
I'm sure he's still getting some sort of residuals.
He's absolutely still he's still making money. I'm actually going to look it up.
He's going to look it up right now
to see if you can. I know the Blu-ray's on Amazon, but that's $35.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I just don't need to see his high def.
I've bought a lot of dumb things in my life, but I don't know if I could live with myself if I bought that movie. Yeah. I mean, and that's. There are certain bad movies or dumb movies that I like, but my God, I don't know. It was just offensive to me in so many ways. It offended my senses. I feel in so many different ways. The conclusion. I remember I'm not going to spoil it for those who are going to watch it, but I wanted.
There's so many twists and turns.
I don't want to ruin anything that hasn't already been ruined.
Right.
But when it got to the end, I'm like, I want this to happen. I want this to happen. Then it happens. I'm like, that didn't satisfy my bloodlust.
You're like, it happened. I'm still not
It happened, and I'm not happy. I thought I would be happy. I wanted that to happen, and it was just so badly done that it made me more angry.
You know what, Dre? That's life.
That's life.
That's life.
The room is the metaphor for life. No, and that's if you do manage to get your hands on the DVD, or I'm sure it's on YouTube.
I just looked. Yeah, I checked. It's still on Amazon.
It's still on Amazon.
$9.28.
$9.28. What
the price
bargain.
of the Blu-ray has dropped to about $20.
I need to set up a website so I can be an Amazon partner.
Yeah.
My friend Tabitha Sheehan on Facebook Live says, "Gross, I'm being forced to watch it now." Literally.
Blink twice if you need help. Do you need us to call the cops? Is somebody tying you down to watch it? Because I get why, but
it's so bad.
We don't want to promote illegal activity.
Like I said, if you are compelled to watch it with friends. Don't watch it alone.
Watch it with a fun group of people.
You don't watch it alone. I watched with a group of people, and I can admit I think everyone else is having fun. But because I was sober, because I was sober, I threw so many spoons at you.
Because you were upset that this was happening.
I remember I went upstairs and I threw like 60 more spoons into your room because our friends had like.
That's right. You like dump a bunch on my bed.
I dumped them all because our friends, our friends. The
something.
first time we had a viewing at our house, a couple of our friends, Jonah and Laura, went through our entire house and hid spoons everywhere. And actually, we still left spoons. As Facebook user Kiet Fam noted much earlier in the podcast, there some of those spoons are still up in our house.
Yeah.
Many years later.
I like to,
like 2.5, 3 years later.
I like to leave some of them that are like really like tucked up in a corner.
Yeah, I like the one of the little tiny like little ice cream the like Baskin Robbins kind of spoon. The one that's just in the corner.
Up on like the planter hook.
On the planter hook.
It's just chilling in the top.
And then when I have guests over, they ask about it, and I go, "It's a spoon." And I just leave it at that because it's hilarious.
To explain it further.
So okay, so that let me wrap up that topic. We're gonna move on.
I mean, no.
I know you guys don't want to move on.
We can.
I know there's more.
I could spend so much time here.
It's like a shit-covered onion.
Yeah, it is.
So many layers.
Yeah,
a shit-covered onion.
And the more you try to peel it, the more shit.
It gets worse.
You're like, it's
gets
rotten onion,
worse.
still rotten onion, still. There's a dirty foot in this onion. How the hell did a dirty foot, a rotten onion?
All right, so
watch it if you can get a live screening of it. Go to.
If you go to, I know Tabitha. I know you were in Vegas. I feel like there has to be some sort of screening somewhere in Vegas.
Yeah, I know they have.
They're all over the country. They're all over the world. They do it in London.
You'd have to unfortunately pay to watch it, but
worth it. Worth every penny.
2 out of 3 opinions say it's worth it. I think.
Worth every penny.
No,
worth every penny.
It's worth it because this vitriol that you have towards it, when you're at the movie theater, you are actually encouraged to spew as much of it as possible.
When was the last time that you saw a movie that filled you with this much emotion? It didn't mean to, but it's doing it nonetheless.
You know what? Logan ripped my heart out.
Oh, I just saw that earlier. Earlier
today. You just saw that today? Sam, have you had an opportunity to see it?
I have not had a chance
Okay, so then we will not talk about it yet. I want to hold off on talking about doing a full, like we talked about a little bit last week. We did spoiler-free talk about it, but I do want to have a spoilerific episode. We will have a spoilerific episode about Logan in the near future. Nice. But to also talk about the near future, I want to kind of put this PSA kind of warning to everyone who's watching. Tracy Rondas, I love professional wrestling. And you know, this is, for anyone else who loves professional wrestling, this is WrestleMania season.
Yes. We are on the road to WrestleMania.
We're on the road to WrestleMania. For any wrestling fan. See, like we have Sam Z in the Macho Man Randy Savage shirt.
Oh yeah!
So in the next week or two,
cup of coffee.
In the next week or two, we're probably going to have a wrestling focused episode where I will be talking about because this is Dre's Geek Philosophy. That the point of the show is to kind of explain. Like it's like today we explained why you love the room, why I kind of don't.
And Sam pointed out, like we've only
scratched the literal surface. And his name is John Cena. Oh yes, awesome comment. We got a yes in the Facebook Live, and we got his name is John Cena. So we either next week or the week after.
By the way, is in the studio with us right now.
Juan Cena?
Yes.
Wait, really?
We can't see him. Oh, damn it. Damn it, Sam.
Yes.
We are going to have a...
right now. I'm so upset
I'm so mad.
I'm so upset with you. Damn
it.
You guys are
God damn. Hey, you know, I make that comment on Facebook all the time when they show a picture of John Cena. Hey, like because they had John Cena out promoting the Nintendo Switch. Like they had John Cena out there at the Switch, and they're like, "Hey, how do they get that Switch to float in the sky? Because I can't see John Cena." So yeah, either next week or the week after, we're going to talk about why I love pro wrestling, and because constantly I get the constant like usually I always will get that response like, "Oh, how come you like it? It's fake." Yeah, I've been fighting that since I was like in 4th grade. The first time I rented WrestleMania 5 and watched the Macho Man, who was on against Hulk Hogan. I remember like yelling at my dad, because my dad's like, "It's fake," and then Hulk Hogan was bleeding. I'm like, "Look, Dad, Hulk Hogan is bleeding. It's real. It's real." Not knowing later on, I'm like, "Oh yeah, they intentionally cut themselves." Yeah. While it is fake, it is predetermined. It is not fake. There's plenty of wrestlers who have been hurt But yeah, we're gonna have an episode where we're gonna. Yes, it is. Yes, Tabitha. Yes, it is a soap opera for men.
Absolutely.
And an amazing comment from Nicole. A better love story than Twilight.
That's absolutely true. By the way, yeah, Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth.
Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. Dude, man, people cried at WrestleMania 7.
Yeah.
People cried their eyes out at WrestleMania 7 when the Macho Man was retired by the Ultimate Warrior and he was betrayed by his manager, Sherry. And then who was in the audience? Who's in the audience? Miss Elizabeth. They kept focusing on her, and I kept, why do they keep focusing on her? And she ran in the ring and she saved them from Sensational Sherry, and everyone was crying. And then at SummerSlam they had the wedding, which was interrupted by the Undertaker. What? Fun stuff like that. We're going to talk about the ridiculousness, why I love pro wrestling. Kid Fam, if you want to come, if you want to be the guest for that episode, you are more than welcome to make the road trip up here to the Secret Podcast Studio. I almost said the city we're in.
The one place with the people and the guy and
the people and the guys. So that's going to be coming soon. We're probably going to have more. We might do another Switch episode. But you know what I learned this past week? That
you see the room again?
I mean, see the room again. No, I learned this past week. Like, you know, the episode that we did last week where we were playing the Switch, it would be banned on YouTube.
Really?
Wait.
Yeah. It would be banned on YouTube because Nintendo is freaking psychotic about their copyrights. Even if you have the sounds, like if you have the sounds of the Switch in the background, you'll get banned.
But that's free marketing.
Every other video game company is totally okay with it. Angel Garcia asks how I'm actually enjoying the Switch. I'm currently playing I Am Setsuna. I've been feeling a lot of pressure to buy Zelda now because I keep seeing everyone talk about how amazing it is. And even though a couple weeks ago I did declare my hate of Zelda, I've been feeling the pressure. I'm actually.
I don't get that one.
I have a question, and it's something that I thought about, because we've had this discussion a few weeks.
Yes.
Your loathing of like not just Zelda,
but 3D Nintendo.
Yeah, but 3D Nintendo, like Metroid. Does this
Metroid
extend
Prime?
to other 3D games?
No, and I kind of mentioned that where I love Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
But
Bum.
But I'm bummed.
Gotcha.
Damn it! that is another gimmick of the show where if I can't think of something, I say.
It's been a great night. You guys take it.
We made Trent Trail walk out.
That's his crutch. Whenever he's trying to link one from one thought to
another, I go and then I have instructed him. No, that was me. I have instructed them. You guys need to go bum. So I go bum.
Nice. All right. Yeah.
I want to download. Actually, this week I want to download King of Fighters 99 is on the Switch, and I'm gonna buy all the fighting games.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy all the fighting games because what I love about this, I can just carry it around. I can just, oh wait, I hand one controller to a friend. I have the other controller, and we can fight. When Street Fighter comes, that's the big thing I'm really excited for. When Street Fighter comes out in May, that's what I really want. But I may buy King of Fighters. I feel like it's a worthy investment of $8. Oh yeah, don't lick the cartridges. Oh, see, you don't know.
Lick the cartridge?
Don't lick the cart. Okay, so let me explain. I'm gonna use a minute.
So you said don't lick the cartridges.
So Trent, since you probably don't know,
yeah.
You're a gamer, but you don't know what's going on with Nintendo cards.
Correct.
So these little tiny cartridges that Nintendo made, they're little microscopic little deals. So Nintendo, having the foresight that children might try to swallow these, they put a film of a chemical on it that if you lick it or put it in your mouth, it is absolutely disgusting.
So, like,
it's
real?
Is
Is this like an urban legend or is this real? Like,
no,
this
is a real. No, there are YouTube videos of people licking the cartridge. I'm like, I will not.
What?
No, because they're trying to prevent little kids from swallowing. So if a little kid tries to put this in his mouth, he'll taste the awfulness and immediately like, bruh.
Okay, so is this like it better not be
No,
toxic.
no, Tabitha, I will not lick it. I will not make anyone lick it. It sounds awful. I don't wish this on anyone.
Wow, so you like the flavor of that cartridge is the same as your description of the movie The Room.
Way to tie it together, Sam. Way to tie it together.
The Room is like that cartridge for your brain and your eyes.
So for anyone listening to this show when I eventually post on iTunes. You can follow the show on Facebook, facebook.com/Dre GP Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter, Dre GP Podcast. You can watch us on Twitch. Same thing, Dre GP Podcast. Trent Trail, what is your Twitter handle so people can see the amazing Trent health tips?
Oh, yeah, my stupid thing I've been doing lately.
It's been amusing. Trent's health tips have been making me laugh quite a bit. So what's your Twitter?
Just Trent Trail.
At Trent Trail.
Yep.
It's spelled exactly like it sounds. Trent and Trail. Sam Zia.
Sam Z570.
At Sam Z570. And again, you can follow my show again at Dre GP Podcast. I'm trying to think. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, and we're going to, hopefully, tonight I'll set up a YouTube channel, which should be the same thing. It'll probably be Dre's Geek Philosophy, but I'm sure the webpage will be YouTube/Dre GP Podcast, because I understand branding. I worked, hold on, here, I almost forgot the drinking game. I've worked for Nintendo. I understand branding. Anytime I mention I work for Nintendo, you're supposed to take a drink.
Oh, okay.
So, 4.
There's no alcohol.
I know there's no alcohol. I know we can't. I'm sure we're leaving again. So for my executive producer, Sam Z, cup of coffee. For my guest, come on, get in frame. This is a tradition now. Everyone gets in frame. For my guest, Trent Trail, I am your host, Dre Cervantes. Thank you for watching. Be sure to share the video. If you're watching this after the fact, share it with your friends. Have more people come on and make fun of me and my friends for being stupid on the internet. That's basically what I'm trying to do here.
I mean, I think it's fun.
Yeah, we're having a blast here. So, Thank you for watching. I love you all. We'll see you next week. Bye. Bye-bye.